The end. This highly dangerous island is a mystery to many, and much speculation runs across the community at this newfound area. I'm here to clarify much of that confusion, and give you the info you need to take your Skyblock experience to the next level. The End is a late game island, the first, and probably last, that is on Hypixel Skyblock, and it holds access to some of the greatest powers in the game. Here, you can fight powerful foes, participate in an epic boss fight like none ever seen, and acquire seemingly overpowered items that set you apart from the rest. Conquering the End is a Skyblocker's dream. I'm going to take you through and show you what is the End. To get to the End for the first time, you'll need to travel to the Spider's Den. The launch pad will be on the base level of the island at the far left. You can use this to bounce over to the End island, but to enter the island, you must have a combat skill of 12 or higher. You can also craft the portal to the End island, which you can place on the island like any other portals, such as deep caverns, blazing fortress portals, etc. To unlock the End portal, you will need Endstone Collection level 3. The crafting recipe is as shown and will require 48 obsidian, 76 Endstone, and 16 enchanted pearls. Once placed down, the portal will send you to the start of the island. The End Island is a large mass of endstone and obsidian, all of which is mineable. This makes the island the easiest place to obtain obsidian, comparing the obsidian sanctuary found in the deep caverns. When you land on the island, directly head to your right, and you will find the pearl dealer, who owns the shop on the island, directly behind him. He will suggest you to buy his silent pearls, which are available in the shop. We'll get into that a little later. To the left when you land is a staircase that leads to Goober. When you talk to him, you can have the option to complete a race where you start on the gold pressure plate on the starting side of the island, need to step on another on the other side of the island, and make your way back. There are various rewards for this race. And on top of the island, there are huge obsidian spikes that you cannot simply climb up, but you need either a grappling hook, ender pearls, or some other mode of transportation. Be careful, because in the middle of the island there's a gaping hole that takes you down to the center of the island. On the bottom of the island there are outcroppings of obsidian that may save you if you happen to fall off the island somehow, but there's not much above or below the island. The most notable thing in these two areas are some fairy souls. I'll have a link in the description to the location of these fairy souls in the wiki, and to Time Dio's video where he shows you how to get each of the souls. Inside of the island there are several tiers of endstone and obsidian floors. Endermen spawn on these, and the deeper you go, the stronger they'll get. To get from tier to tier, you can navigate the maze of side halls that bring you down, or you can just jump down the large hole in the center, whichever suits you. At the bottom, you'll find the Dragon's Nest. This is where the strongest mobs will spawn, and where the Ender Dragon battles commence. In this area, you'll need strong gear to survive. As I stated at the very beginning, this is a late game feature for Skyblock. For those who don't know, late game is content that is meant for advanced players who have already established their place on the server. Those who are able to thrive here and survive as normal have spent many hours grinding to get the gear they have, so I advise you not to go to the End with basic armor and expect to survive. It's just not going to happen. You're going to need more than basic gear to survive here. Assuming you have not been to the End yet, I will suggest nothing less than miner's armor, hardened diamond armor, or anything better with growth 5 and protection 5 enchants minimum. You will be able to take a few hits without dying. The mobs are extremely strong here. Later on, get a set of ender armor. Further on in this video, I will give details on what ender armor is. Your beginning weapons will need to be strong to kill the mobs in the island as well, which is why I recommend obtaining a leaping sword, fully enchanted if possible, reforged to spicy. The minimum weapon I would recommend would be the aspect at the end, a golem sword, or maxed ember rod. At this point in the game, the ember rod will take multiple hits to kill stronger mobs, so upgrading to these other stronger weapons is recommended. Like the armor, you'll later obtain better weapons using this island, which will let you kill mobs easier. I just want to put a little disclaimer in here that the numbers are very close estimates, not exact numbers. It's with luck 5 and looting 3 on your sword, so I just want to let you know if that's why your drop numbers are slightly off. In the main chamber, there are several types of mobs, almost all of which are very deadly. Endermen are, surprise, pretty common on this island. There are a few tiers of these mobs, scaling as you go deeper in the island. Starting up top are Endermen, which are level 42 and have 4,500 health points. These Endermen have a chance to drop 2 to 4 Ender Pearls each, sometimes enchanted Ender Pearls, and offer a 1 in 5,000 chance, or 0.02% chance to drop Ender Armor pieces. On kill, they give about 70 gold. On the second layer, starting at 80 to 85Y, are level 45, 6,000 health point varieties. These drop 3 to 6 Ender Pearls each. Sometimes enchanted Ender Pearls offer a 1 in 2,500 chance or a 0.04% chance of dropping an end armor piece, and drop 75 gold on kill. At the bottom layer, below Y30, are the strongest of the normal Endermen, at level 50. These mobs have 9,000 health points, drop 48 ender pearls, and sometimes enchanted ender pearls. Offer a 1 in 1,000 or a 0.1% chance to drop ender armor, and give about 85 gold on kill. Moving into the Dragon's Nest is where we will find 3 more varieties of mobs. These are Zealots, Watchers, and Obsidian Defenders. Zealots are another variety of Endermen. They're level 55 with 13,000 health points and are arguably the strongest on the island, excluding the Ender Dragon. Zealots only spawn in the lair, drop 10 to 12 Ender Pearls, sometimes enchanted Ender Pearls, and about 92 gold per kill. They have a 1 in 750 chance, or a 0.133% chance to drop Ender Armor. Zealots have a very small chance of dropping Summoning Eyes, the items used to spawn Ender Dragons. On average, it takes about 2 hours for one person to find a Summoning Eye by killing Zealots, but this number is not anything that has been precisely measured and needs more looking into. Zealots have a chance to spawn with an Ender Chest in their hand as well. These have the chance to drop Enchanted Endstone, Enchanted Obsidian, Enchanted Ender Pearls, Enchanted Eyes of Enders, and Crystal Fragments. Obsidian Defenders are the second variety of level 55 mobs, but only have 10,000 health points. These are very sporadic and super quick. When they hit you, it applies a wither effect, and take a very small amount of knockback. Because of this feature, they can get several hits off on you in succession very quickly without falling back. They only spawn in the Dragon's Nest, and their drops are different than Endermen. They give about 65 gold per kill, and they drop Obsidian, Enchanted Obsidian, Bones, Enchanted Bones, and rarely, the Obsidian Chestplate. This chestplate will give you 250 defense, as well as giving 1% speed for every 20 Obsidian carried in your inventory. The max speed this can give is 112%. The last level 55 mob is the Watcher. They're like skeletons except they shoot endermites at you, and they have 9,500 health points, and are much slower than the Obsidian Observers, moving closer to normal speed. They only spawn in the Dragon's Nest and can drop Ender Pearls or the Endstone Bow. This bow gives 150 damage, but consumes all your mana and adds it on as damage. If you had 100 mana, the bow would do 250 damage. You can apply many mana potions to see this effect escalate. The last mob that spawns in the end is the Endermite. These are level 37 and can spawn when you mine Endstone around the island. They have 2,000 HP and drop absolutely nothing. They don't give a high amount of gold. The Endermites that are spawned when a Watcher shoots are level 40 with 3,000 health. They give about 35 to 40 gold, and they're mostly an annoyance and contribute nothing important. As a final note, be careful when throwing Ender Pearls on the island, because Endermen spawn where they land, dealing quite a lot of damage. Endermen are also very attracted to areas where you threw an Ender Pearl. You can use Silent Pearls from the shop to stop this, which I'll explain later. Ah yes, the Ender Dragon. This is the most powerful mob in the game at the moment, and it may be for the rest of Skyblock's lifetime. It's not super difficult to summon, but getting the materials to start this epic battle is definitely no easy task. In total, people on the same server must place 8 Summoning Eyes in the portal frame of the Dragon's Nest, 1 for every space. You can place all 8, or you can simply be there when another individual or group places them all in. When placed, this will start the boss fight. In the Dragon's Nest during the fight, the gates will close. This means that when you die, you cannot re-enter. That is until you break down the door. The door has a lot of HP, and hitting it with a sword or dealing damage will start to break it down. Once broken, it will not close again for the remainder of the fight, and you can re-enter at will if you happen to die again. During the fight, there will be ender crystals on obsidian spikes that heal the dragon, much like the original dragon fight. You can yield these by destroying them and get crystal fragments. These can be used to make catalysts. The dragon attacks like regular Minecraft 1.9, so it's similar to the vanilla dragon fight in many ways. There are abilities that this dragon can use though, such as Fireball, where the dragon will sit still and launch a huge barrage of fireballs at players. This is a good opportunity to get easy hits if you aren't getting annihilated. Lightning Strike, where the dragon is invulnerable for a second and sends lightning at players. This attack does a lot of damage if you are grouped, so many people can die from one strike if you're not careful. So be careful. There isn't much you can do to avoid this except for stay isolated. The dragon can also summon help to defend itself. These are just going to be more zealots and other stronger mobs. If you have the right gear, it shouldn't be detrimental. There are also 7 types of dragons. The young dragon has 5 million health and has the rush ability, and will launch itself insanely quickly across the map. So get out of the way or get hit for a lot of damage. The old dragon has 10 million health. The wise, strong, and protected dragons have 6 million health each. The unstable dragon also has 6 million health, but at the end of the fight, it will explode in a massive blast. This will do a lot of damage if you're close, so run. If you survive the explosion, you get an achievement. Finally, the superior dragon has 7.5 million health points. Killing these dragons is no easy feat, especially since they have so much health, but the rewards they give are worth the long fight. The first drop in this section is not a drop from the dragon at all, but from the Enderman before the dragon's nest. As I said before, the Endermen can drop Ender Armor. This armor will be very helpful in fighting the dragon because of its unique passive. All of its stats are doubled when on the island. This applies to reforges as well. It is common for players with enchanted sets to have over 1000 health and over 600 defense. It's a very rare drop, with zealots having the highest rate at 1 in 750, but it's proven to be very useful to get even better gear. After the Ender Dragon fight, an average of 1.8 drops will be given out to those with top 3 damage. The more 79s you place, the more likely it will be that you get a piece for placing top 3 in damage. If your co-op places all 8 eyes, however, you're virtually guaranteed a drop should you hold the top 3 spot. The first dragon drop is the aspect of the Dragon's Sword. This is the second strongest sword in the game, second to the 50 million Midas sword. Its ability does 700 damage to monsters in front of you and sends them flying back. It's an expensive ability at 100 mana, but very powerful. Each dragon will drop corresponding fragments at the end of the battle. You get more fragments by doing more damage to the dragon. Using these fragments, you can craft new sets of dragon armor. It's like the normal armor crafting recipe, but it'll use 10 fragments of the same type in each spot. While whole pieces may still drop at the end to a very few lucky people who are top 3 in damage. Every set totals at 350 HP and 500 defense before enchantments, but each set has a special bonus. The Young Dragon armor gives you 7% speed for each piece, 28% total. And the set bonus increases your walking speed by 70% when at full HP. The Old Dragon set will give you a full set bonus that increases the effects of growth, protection, and feather falling enchantments, but it does not say by how much. The Wise Dragon set will give you 50 intelligence per piece, that's 200 total, and its set bonus cuts the mana cost of abilities by 50%. The Strong Dragon set will give 25 strength with each piece, 100 total, and the set bonus buffs the aspect at the end. It will give 2 extra blocks of range for the teleport ability, the speed effect will last 3 seconds longer, and it will give you 5 strength speed. The Protector Dragon set has a set bonus that gives you plus 1% defense for every % missing health you have. If you have 500 defense and lose 5% of your health, it will give you 25 more defense. You are essentially going to have double defense when at 1 HP. The Unstable Dragon set gives 5% crit chance per piece, 20% total. 15% crit damage per piece, which is 60% total, 25 intelligence per piece, which is 100 total, and its full set bonus will send a lightning strike to nearby mobs occasionally and sometimes players. I've actually been struck by this before. The very last armor set is the most powerful and is a little different from the rest. This is the Superior Dragon set. It gives 450 HP and 600 defense, so it's a bit stronger in that sense. But per piece, it also gives 3% speed, 25 intelligence, 10 strength, 2% crit chance, and 10% crit damage per piece, and its full set bonus increases all stats by 5%. It also increases the aspect of the dragon's ability damage by 50%. This is the strongest set considering all the extra stats that go along with it. The only sets that offer more effective HP, how much HP you essentially have if your defense is converted to health, are tier 9 and 10 perfect armor and the Protector Dragon set, but those full set bonuses are not nearly as well rounded as the superior bonus, and the perfect armor does not have one at all. Now we'll move away from the combat side of the end and focus more on the other aspects of the end. The shop on the End Island is home to a few unique items that have very high price points. These items will help you in the late game against very strong opponents that you have to face. Now, normally Endermen spawn on you when you throw an Ender Pearl. To avoid this, you could buy Silent Pearls. These come at a price of 8 for 10,000 coins, and do not normally attract Endermen when thrown on them. They put you in a little bit less danger since the Endermen will have an advantage and hit you 1 or 2 times most of the time before you're able to hit them. They are decently cheap and save you a lot of hassle, pain, and death. There are 2 different types of blocks sold at the shop: Endstone and Obsidian. Endstone comes at 10 gold per block, and Obsidian is sold at 50 gold per block. If you enter the shop and right click on the item, a menu for purchasing in large quantities pops up. The price scaling with how many blocks you wish to purchase. The Stonk Pickaxe is a new item that gives a new age to mining. This is because gold pickaxe that comes with efficiency 6 and telekinesis enchantments on it. With this pickaxe along with haste 2, you're able to mine stone and cobblestone instantly. There will be a link in the description just showing how this can be useful from the cobblestone farm I made. The pickaxe costs just shy of 500,000 coins at $499,999. If you mine a lot, this is a must-have. Just be careful with the blocks you break, as gold pickaxes do not give drops for higher tier ores. An item that can be very useful and can save you much more than the price tag attached to it is the Remnant of the Eye. This is an item that you hold in your inventory, and when you're close to death, you'll be given a few moments of invincibility to recuperate and avoid your end. This can save you millions of coins if you just so happen to be carrying that many. And this item is consumed on use, but 200,000 coins for the possibility to save millions isn't a bad deal. Finally, 2 enchanted books are available for purchase here. The first is Enderslayer 6. This will give your weapon the ability to do 72% more damage to Endermen and the Ender Dragon. It's an expensive buy at 1.5 million coins. The second book offered is the Dragon Hunter book. This book is sold at level 1 in the shop, but combined it can reach up to level 5. For each tier, you'll do 8% more damage to the Ender Dragon, up to 40%. The books cost 1 million coins each, and to reach the max level of 5, you will need 16 of these books. This is one of the most expensive investments in the game at the moment, but afterwards, you'll be able to shred Ender Dragons like they're nothing. If you talk to Goober, you'll be able to start a race. This race gives you 4 rewards. To complete the race, you will need to touch the pressure plate in front of Goober, travel to the other side of the island to touch the pressure plate by a beacon, and return to the end at the original pressure plate. Each time you complete the race, he'll give you a new time to complete. This happens 4 times. First race, you'll need to be completed in under 3 minutes, from which you'll get 8 silent pearls. The second in under 2 minutes, which he'll give you an Enderman mask, which gives minus 1 HP, plus 1 defense, plus 1 strength, and minus 99 intelligence. I'm unsure if it's useful or not, or simply cosmetic, but the stats are really not that favorable. The third needs to be completed in under 80 seconds, and the reward is more interesting. You will get Nope the Fish, an enchanted salmon. The final race gives the best reward and needs to be done in under 48 seconds. This is the Pig's Foot. It's a talisman that gives 1% speed but cannot be reforged. Now we'll move to the final section, the shiny blocks. Endstone and obsidian can appear shiny on the ground. You can tell for sure if it's a shiny block if the particle effects are coming off the block. They don't spawn in the dragon's nest, but only in the areas beforehand. They do not spawn above the island either. When mined, these blocks yield decently sized rewards. You're able to get multiple rewards from mining 1 block, coming from a list of experience bottles, grand enchantment bottles, coins with the 2000 maximum, mana 3 and 5 potions, archery 1 potions that last 3 minutes, telekinesis books, runes, ender pearls, enchanted ender pearls, and shrimp the fish. From endstone, you can also receive extra drops of endstone or enchanted endstone. Similarly, from obsidian, you can receive extra pieces or enchanted obsidian. It is said that more drops are to come from future updates. These blocks can be a good side source of income if you mine them while killing endermen or if you're waiting for the ender dragon fight to start. Alright, finally done editing. I just want to make a big shout out to a couple of people who helped me. This is a huge project. I plan on doing some more stuff like this again, just maybe not as huge right now, because this was a lot of work to make, because I have no idea what I'm doing. No idea. But there was a couple of people that really helped me out a lot. So that'd be one, my island mate, Billy3479. He walked around and killed Endermen for like 30 hours just to get the information, get all the drops, all that good stuff. So I appreciate him putting the effort for that and giving me that. And then also Flame Frost, his forum post on the shiny blocks and the drops, that helped me a lot, just making me not have to go out there and mine all the shiny blocks myself and look for all the variations. And then also Sec H, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. There is a huge forum post on everything in the end, and that's where I learned a lot about the end dragon fight and the drops and all that stuff related to that. There's actually just everything on there. It's a huge amount of stuff. A lot of stuff that I actually covered and already had. There's also a Megget. I'm not sure if you pronounce that like that either. But there's this huge spreadsheet that says all the armor stats, all the damage stats, like potions, minions, you name it. Everything's on there. So that also helped me a lot and got me a lot of information. So I just wanted to say thanks to them. Everything will be in the description below. So I just want to say thank you again for watching the video. Thank you for clicking on it. Thank you for watching this part if you are. And I'll see you next time.